Hey guys, Clint Brown here, and I'm just sitting in my car actually letting it warm up. It's a little on the cold side. I think it's about 0 degrees out. And I just got done teaching junior achievement in the high school here in my local community. And I gotta say, I'm winded because I had to walk a long way and it's cold, but I'm frustrated because today's class we did was dealing with ethical issues, and I gave a couple of simple problems, one being the opportunity to take $20 out of the till from a store where it's your family friends who own it. And it was interesting how basically half the class thought, well, because they're family friends, I wouldn't take the money even if I needed it, and the rest of them were basically like, well, if they weren't family friends and the boss was a jerk, I'd take the money, screw them. And I just kind of had a moment there. I kind of almost like lost my train of thought because, I don't blame the kids. These are smart kids. They're good kids. They come from a good community. But it really shows that they don't have a center point in their values to say that's way off kilter for me, and I wouldn't do it regardless. I mean, we had one girl in the class who said, I wouldn't do it regardless. But other than that, everyone's kind of like, well, based on the situation. It's like, have we so lost the ability to just stand for something that, right or wrong, we stand for it, and we just say we're not compromising because this is who we are? There's always compromise, and we always have ethical issues and situations that come up, and I don't want to get into all the stuff that's like super complicated, the smartest people in the world can't figure out, but it was so interesting how opportunity to steal $20 was just like, well, it could be right sometimes, it could be wrong others, when I'm an employee. And wow, it kind of scared me. It's like, wow, these kids are going to be potentially our future bosses, and at 15, 16, they don't really have a clear head about this. That's kind of unbelievable. The other thing is how quickly the activity was, I had them deal with an ethical issue, and they had to come to consensus. And, what I was thinking would happen would there be some dissension. People say, well, I stand for this and I don't. But because the goal was consensus, they just got to consensus quick. They just say, well, whatever, let's just agree on something and move through the activity. It's like, how are you going to be successful in life? I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's with your marriage or with your kids or with your work or financially or whatever. Consensus for consensus sake doesn't really do anything. And just agreeing to move through the day, the first time I was here, I thought, these kids are just like, okay, let's do whatever we got to do to get through this 45 minutes. And it's like, is that what education has come to? Just like, let's just hurry them get through the motions, let's just pass these kids, let's just hurry them get adults and go out in the real world. Is it any wonder we're having the economic struggles we're having? They're just going through the motions. Like, I don't know. I just can't fathom that's just the mentality. That's how you want to proceed through life, just going through the motions. I mean, are you that way? Maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe you just are like, let's just get through. Let's just hurry up and get to 5 o'clock so I can go home and eat dinner and do it again tomorrow. Like, seriously? That's just consenting to life. Just saying, well, this must be how it is, and let's just move through the motions. I can't see how any of that's going to create the next great leaders in this country, of people that just consent for consensus sake, or people that don't have any values. It wasn't even as that they felt like they were compromising their values. It was like they had no center point to go from. They were just like, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, really? That's what you think? Is you guess it doesn't matter? I guess I'm just kind of shocked. I mean, so I'm a little frustrated, which isn't like me. I like the kids. I don't blame them. They didn't get this way on their own. It's like, what are we doing? What a disservice to these 15, 16-year-olds that they can't enter adulthood with an opinion and a good reason for that opinion, and want to stick, want to just say, I stand for this regardless. Tell me what you think. What is your experience? Some of you certainly are parents of teenagers. Maybe you are a teenager watching this. Tell me if you agree, disagree. Put your comments below. Just curious what you think. Thanks.